Hey guys, welcome to my devlog. This is my game No End that I'm developing in C++ and OpenGL from scratch. No End is an open world space exploration game where you play as a sentient spaceship that explores a 1-to-1 scale universe. As you can see here, I have the player ship that you control. By holding the left mouse button, you can turn the camera, and then you can scroll in and out, and then also if you hold the right mouse button, it will turn the ship. W moves forward and S moves backwards. You can see I have like a shield that redirects the forward thrust into reverse thrust, which is kind of cool. I'm also able to approach objects that I could select, like planets and stations. So if I approach this station here, it's 24,000 meters away. It'll take about 15 seconds to get there. The ship accelerates at about 30 G, or like 300 meters per second per second. It's pretty neat. And what it does is it accelerates for half of the trip and then decelerates for the other half of the trip. So I can also move to objects that are a little further away. You can see this one is 2,800 kilometers. So another station. It'll take 3 minutes, but it won't take 3 minutes because it actually, if you see the time here, it's accelerating how fast time passes. Because if you're piloting a ship, the ship doesn't care about time the same way, you know, a human would care about time. So that's pretty neat. There's two types of drives. There's the sublight and the FTL drive. So I'll just go ahead and show that off here. So if I go ahead and go to this gas giant by pressing space, I can set my destination of this gas giant, which is 42 astronomical units away. It will take 3 days and 8 hours to get there, and it will scale how fast the time passes by. That way we, the player, don't have to wait that long. Let's see, we've arrived. It's pretty cool. And then I'll show off the FTL drive. I'm also able to scope planets and objects. Well, mostly just planets right now. I don't have the objects working properly, so I'm able to look at planets far away. See, the FTL drive has like little extenders that come off and some neat effects. All right. I can also zoom very far out and kind of look at the system. It's kind of like a placeholder solar system map. And again, we can scope the planets, and that one's very dim because it's so far from the star. There's a few different planet types. They're all kind of a work in progress. The shaders are, you know, in development. The oceans and arid planets. Also scope the star itself. It's just a kind of a bland white star. I've worked on the star shader a little bit, but it's definitely not where it needs to be. The gas giants are definitely the most interesting and unique. They're all a little bit different. Volcanics are neat because they are always lit even when they're far from the stars. I think the last thing I have to show you is the map. So the map you activate by pressing M, obviously, and it just kind of zooms out the camera. It's a work in progress, and it shows, well, it scans every star within 50 light years and throws it on the UI. So you can see here I've got different stars. And each of these stars is systems I can go to. So, for instance, if I want to go to like that one, and just set that, you see it turns my camera, because again, it's just my ship camera just zoomed really far out. And I press M again, and we'll begin moving to the star. It'll take 3 days and 7 hours, but like I said, it's not real. C times accelerating. Here we are. And press M again. See, we've got more stars. Is it blue? When we do FTL to planets, I'm sorry, to systems, it will take us outside of, like, see, it brought us 100 AU from the actual star. That's something I'll probably have in the game. That way, it's kind of like a, look before you leap kind of thing, where you don't just jump straight into a system. You kind of stand outside of it. So, you go to that star. It's a blue. I always like the blue stars. It's 40 light years away. It'll take another bit of time here. Had a lot of work on this FTL drive and the sublight drive with the time dilation's been a headache, but I've got it working in a pretty decent state. So another thing is the systems are kind of scaled by how big the star is, which is probably not completely accurate. Like, this blue star is like 20 times bigger than, or 20 solar masses, so the planets orbit much further than like a yellow dwarf, like our sun. And I can again move to each of these. I don't want to go to that one. That one looks ugly. We're going to go to that one. Take us 16 days to get there. Let's see, it'll take that long. Oh, yeah, there's our blue star. I think the last thing I would probably do here is I can go back to this original drop station. So I think it's kind of neat is I can basically land on a dime. And again, these how far away everything is, and the amount of space. The math has been a headache to get working right. Like, even just rendering things, specularity doesn't. You have to completely input different thing. It's just been a headache. But I've had a lot of fun working on it too. Oh, we're gonna fly through the planet, of course. I hate that. And here we are. Look at that. About where we started. Pretty neat.